Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is going to be general collective readings. So please remember to take what resonates and do whatever you want with the rest. Throw it out. Toss it in the garbage. This is going to be a really strange reading, but I feel like it's going to be pretty comical. So, prepare yourself. Alright. So, we're starting off with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse. And the Chariot upright and the Two of Swords in reverse. Somebody has no peace. They don't want to give up, though. Could be a Cancer. They're definitely not celebrating. Two of Swords in reverse. Chariot upright. So I watch Family Feud with the old man, Steve Harvey. He cracks me up. Oh, this came out upright this time. Two of Swords upright, which is peace. That's the challenge. Finding peace in the chaos because something's been stopped. Page of Swords in reverse. They want to call a truce. I feel like they don't have any choice. I feel like you turn their drama into a comedy. And they mad. Why are you mad? Laugh. Be happy. Enjoy your life. Stop worrying about everybody else's life. Yep, Five of Cups in the most recent past. So this game master, this person has been playing a game here, is ish out of luck. Very regretful, very sorrowful, because whatever they tried to do here didn't work. Like I said, I feel like you took their drama and turned it into a comedy, and now they're mad because you're laughing. You're laughing. You're enjoying your life. And they're not. They get the Five of Pentacles. They could have just gotten some really bad news about their health. And it's not funny, but at the same token, when you're not living in your highest expression or your highest truth, that festers in the body, and that's what's happening to these people. I feel like these are older people. Older people and younger people. Older people with younger people. Anyway, there's a big old fight breaking out in the immediate future. It's a tower for whoever I'm talking about. Okay, so I had this dream, and it made absolutely no sense. It was all over the place, and it was Smeagol trying to open up a strip club. And he's such a dork that he didn't know how. He made it like virtual reality, so there was nothing in the real. It was just like a black room in a white room with black curtains. And like certain like elites were all sitting around it's like a club. We're sitting around in the audience, and like people like Brad Pitt and I mean people who are up in age, like 50s, 60s, and they were doing it like, okay, so they were putting older women and younger women together to see what everybody would pick. And I'm sorry, once you pass 40, you're no longer a cougar, you're a mountain lion. That's what Steve Harvey said. And that goes for the guys too. Once you pass 40, baby, you grandpa. You're not all studly. And I see a lot of that in the dating world, where you got 50-year-old guys wanting to have babies. And just think about that, though. If you have babies in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you're going to be either long dead, or you'll be 70, 80 years old when they grow up. You won't get to enjoy that. So what is the point of having children? I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing in the world. It's just really crazy. Perhaps they think they're going to live to be 130. I don't know. But once you pass a certain stage, guys will never lose the desire for women, but when you're in your, say, 60s and 70s, no matter how good you look, you dating a 20-something, you're the daddy, you're the mommy, you're the grandpa, you're the grandma, it don't match. Now, I'm not knocking anybody that is into all that, it's you do you, boo, but I could never look at somebody in their 20s as a serious relationship. They've got too much to learn. And because I'm almost 60. But it might be a good time, but that would be it. I don't know why I'm going into this. But anyway, Smeagol opens a nightclub, right? And it's a virtual reality nightclub. And they take all these different kinds of women, and they put them on stage, and it's almost like the older women are bored with it and don't even, they're looking at it like, this is stupid. And the younger women are playing a game. And some of the older women, I don't even know how to explain it, are playing a game too, but they think that they're competing with these 20-somethings, when these older men are older. And I'm not saying all, I'm just saying, a lot of them that go for that kind of thing, they want stupid. They want somebody who's naive, because they're easier to control. So that goes for both sexes, I guess. Anyway, whatever this obsession was, it's turned on its head, and they can't no longer affect you in the way that they thought they could. Like I said, somebody's out a whole lot of money. I think they bet on the wrong horse. And there's a big old fight breaking out because of it. Because like I said, I feel like you took their drama and turned it into a comedy. Found your peace in the world. What goes around comes around. So they're getting theirs now. They're realizing that just because you're a little bit smarter doesn't mean you're a winner. I don't even know where all that came from. Just from that stupid dream I had. It didn't make any sense at all. If I'm not making any sense, then I'm not making any sense, because I just go with it. Outside influence is that Five of Swords. Conflict, defeat, dominion over the world. And like I said, they may be able to get away with that with the young ones, but not the mountain lions. And those of us who have accepted that, you know, we're not over the hill, we're just a lot wiser, and we simply don't care about the drama anymore. So yeah, if we take the drama and turn it into a comedy, and then that makes us a lot happier. I'm getting it. Come into the light with Constantine, and I feel like that's what's going on here. The older people who are aware, who are manifesting a different world here than what's been laid out for the new generations, are forcing this to be seen, are forcing, like come in, I command you to come into the light. They're forcing this to be seen for the ridiculousness that it truly is. They can't dominate these people's lives, and there's more Gen Xers than people know of, because that's what they were trying to dominate. That's what they were trying to destroy the older generations so they could control the younger generations with schmicks, parties, and all that. But that's why there's a big old fight here. Lots of heartbreak. Because I do feel like people are coming into the realization of this, and they're grouping together in peace and harmony, learning to live with one another despite their differences. And all these other energies are under judgment for misjudging what's going to happen here. They got no empathy, they got no strength, they got nothing. What was that? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, where he throws up the axe and digging for gold and he gets nothing. Nothing. They got nothing. They got nothing out of this. Most High's in control. They got nothing, you know. Perhaps this person doesn't love you. Well, you know, there's 8 billion people in the world. There's somebody who loves you. Guarantee you. And it was because of power and money. But their misjudgment of you is what's going to bring in some sort of divine assistance. And like I said, they want to call a truce because there's some sort of suffering going on here. Death card, 4 swords. These could be literally people fighting for their lives because they believe the lie. Because they believe the drama. And it's like I said, Smeagol opens a nightclub or a strip club, and has no clue how to make it appealing to this generation because they're still stuck in the 1970s. Don't know what that means, but that's what's causing this wreck. It's like a big old wreck. Scorpio energy. Smeagol's a Scorpio. Y'all, if y'all don't know who I'm talking about, watch my last video. I described somebody who looks like Smeagol, who wants to take over the world. And see, my readings are on a bigger scale. They're not just interpersonal. So, and we are all one. Even the dark ones. They just have to learn how to balance out that energy and become, learn empathy. And I don't know if it can be learned or not. They may just have to go away. Because the energy is splitting into two, and those who are for working together and bringing together people will be in one group, and those who are not will be in another group. The Queen of Cups is standing alone. Queen of Nine of Pentacles. Is it depressing? Yeah. Can be. It's disappointing, and that's what I see it as. Is that, the Queen of Cups don't want to stand by herself. She's a loving, kind being, got magic all in her lap and stuff. She wants to share. She wants to be kind. She wants to be nurturing. She doesn't want to have to fight these demonic energies that want to, she knows the only way to fight it is with love. Love you anyway, and they really hate that. But that's exactly what's causing this illness, this sickness in these people, and it could be just literally mental illness. It doesn't have to be a physical illness, although I feel like that's what it's manifesting as. They wanted that for us. That ain't what's happening. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you got your head down, you're moving on to calmer waters. And that stresses these people out. They mad because you found peace, even despite their best efforts to make you they try to put you here. But that's exactly what manifests illness and sickness, and you're moving on to calmer waters from the stress. 9-9. The rap is about up. And all the beings that were trying to make you take an offer, that was stupid. It was stupid. Like I said, once you pass a certain age, you're no longer a cougar. You're a mama. You're a granddad. You're no longer that. And like I said, you can anti-age and have $1 million facelift and look like you're 17 again. Ain't gonna make no difference. You still 71. All right. The energy is still 71. So we have strength in the Four of Cups. They don't want to see this. They don't want to see this Four of Wands. They don't want to see it come into fruition. And some of us have accepted, that we are who we are. And if you're single, you're not going to be single for long. If you're not single, then there's going to be peace and harmony in your relationship. And that's going to piss some people off. That's them problem. Poor tang-tangs. Don't let somebody come between your harmonious relationship because they want it. Two of Cups on the Four of Wands. No way. Yeah, way. And like I said, whoever this Knight of Cups is, this outside person, they awfully confused. Like, well, I'm younger. Well, I'm better looking. Well, I wouldn't spend $1 million on a facelift. And that's gonna be the running joke in this reading is Smeagol opens a strip club. And pissed off because you turned their drama into a comedy. Poor Tang. You be alright. Or not. It's not the collective's problem. That's them problem. Collective only has to stay balanced. Oh gosh, we're taking a whole lot. Okay, so confused, King of Pentacles, possibly a Sagittarius. They're confused because you walked away from the fight. You walked away from it. So I ain't fighting you. I ain't fighting you and none of your minions. Confused, King of Pentacles. Excuse me. Coffee I had was terrible this morning. I tried something new and it was terrible. Walked away, 8 of Cups that ass. 8 of Cups that 5 of Swords. And decided to sit in your loveliness of the Page of Cups. So there is some person here who's in love with you, who wanted to disrupt your life or make you confused. That dream was very confusing. So that you would think less about yourself. Way too old for this shit. You know, I mean, the 3 of Swords is upright in the immediate future, and I think they're gonna be hurt because you ain't playing this stupid game. They wanted it to tear you apart. They wanted it to rip your heart out. They wanted to make you feel old and used and discarded, and nobody cares anymore. Age is just a number. And if there are some very wise young souls out there, but I wouldn't recommend, getting into a long drawn out relationship with them, because you're going to be dealing with stuff that you dealt with in your 20s and 30s. But that's up to you, if you like that drama in your life, you just go right on ahead. Because I do feel like there's a significant age difference here. Got the 7 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Hierophant. Somebody's definitely trying to block this because of their heartbreak. They're trying to block this offer, this love that's coming in, this Knight of Cups, because they mad and they upset because they wasn't included in Smeagol's nightclub. I don't even think this person was considered. Aries energy. I'm getting something about being too lanky or too tall, too awkward. But they're doing their damnedest to block any kind of union, relationship, marriage, contracts coming your way because they butthurt. Poor Tang. You be okay. Just get out of other people's lives. Taurus energy. Aries energy. If somebody wants to date a 20-something and in their 70s, let them. I mean, love's love. It don't matter. It don't matter what age you are. Well, like I said, you done passed the cougar stage. So, some of y'all done passed the cougar stage. You just love. You just love. It doesn't matter what the sexuality is. What is that movie where that guy keeps going back to the old lady because he likes her? What is that movie? She keeps hiring pool boys to build a pool, and they're all in their 20s. And one ends up liking her a whole lot. King of Wands, like I said, you're going after something you really, really want here. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. This other person was concerned about nothing but money. The World card is bringing that to a close. It isn't about that anymore. It isn't about looks. It isn't about fame. It isn't about money. It's about the heart and what people feel. Somebody walked away. I feel like you walked away from a destined path because of the Five of Swords. Because even though it was destiny, somebody tried to make you fight for it. Somebody tried to make you look less than or cheap or whatever, because you didn't want to participate in their war over money. Sorry, I care less about that. I'm all about the love. Page of Cups, all about the love. And like I said, age is just a number. Like I said, it doesn't change the fact that somebody's in their 20s and somebody's in their 60s or 70s. Doesn't change that fact. So a lot of the things that you're going to deal with if you're dating somebody that young are the same things that you've already dealt with. My fire keeps going out. I don't understand it. There's plenty of wood on there. Come on now. Lock it up. Give me just a second, guys. I gotta get this going again. It's getting cold in here. There it is. I knew it wouldn't take much. Knocked the King of Wands off his rocker. Okay, so somebody's definitely facing a truth here. And if that's what you want, then go for it. I'm not saying don't. I'm saying that, you got to understand that at this point you're beyond auntie and uncle. You almost like grandma or grandpa, because there is a big age difference here, and this could literally be the collective. This could literally be like Gen X and Gen Z. But there's something definitely when it comes to looks and fashion and money and strip clubs. I don't know what that's all about. It's definitely coming to an end. Because all that's left is the love. All that's left is the offer of love. Because this is ending. This is transforming from that superficiality into feeling. And there's contracts that were written long ago, and some of these Gen Zers and millennials are coming into the realization that they have a purpose. They have something that they have to do to change the paradigm of what was to what will be. Like I said, changing the drama into a comedy, because at this point it's just ridiculous. Okay, there's that Emperor again. I told you, there's a huge age difference here from that Page of Cups and this Emperor. Somebody's racing right in, and I feel like taking their place as a leader, as they should, instead of misjudging everything because of money. And it's gonna take some time. Something is being built here. Not Smeagol's strip club, but something different. And they're mad because you took their whole big fat drama and turned it into a comedy. You're making people laugh at them because it's ridiculousness. It's so beyond anything that anybody manifested that it's become stupid. It's become comedic. Oh yeah. So with this Judgment in reverse, we got a Hermit and Hanged Man, Pisces and Virgo energy. Judgment, Nine of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Lover. So whoever this person is that's interfering, that misjudged this Knight of Cups, yeah. I think they're about to be in for a tower because of that Five of Swords. So we have the Judgment, the Nine of Cups, which granted for this group. You wanted it, you got it. You wanted this, you got it. But I don't think it came the same way you wanted it to come. I think it came way different. I think it came in peace and harmony and love instead of, and working together instead of a separation. Because people are seeing the truth. And somebody's taking their place as a leader, as they should, instead of trying to exploit everyone for their looks. Like I said, $1 million facelift or not, you're still the same age. And you guys know who I'm talking about. Not Smeagol. It's a feminine energy. I'm not going to name any names. I don't name names. But I got names. So guess who's winning? Pluto and Aquarius. So we got the Star energy. Took a leap of faith despite the stress. Took a leap of faith despite worrying about what everybody else was going to think. And whoever this person is, this risky business, that was trying to block, stop, drop, and roll you, they crying. They upset. Because the Ten of Pentacles, the spiritual inheritance of the star energy, is coming to you and not to them. I am tired of the same old story. So we're going to turn this around. We're going to make it happiness for all. Now, no matter what you pick for a mate, or no matter what you pick for your destiny, because you can't pick it. I mean, you don't have to be confused about it. You can pick what you want and manifest that in your life, no matter what the age, no matter what the situation is. But you have to understand that if you pick someone that is 20, 30, 40 years younger than you, you become their teacher. So it's a whole different paradigm than like two people falling in love and doing all that. But that's kind of where the world's going. The older people are becoming the teachers. And if you don't become the teacher, then you're the student. And some people are still there. Some people are still in that student paradigm where they're still learning who they are, no matter what the age is. This reading makes absolutely no sense, but you know what? I'm just going to keep going with it. I don't know what I'm going to name it, but it will be a comedy. So there's a relationship that's being held in high regard after somebody's been put in their place. Could be somebody who is very high up on the Richter scale as far as financial wealth goes. Because there's a relationship turning into the alchemical marriage. Toil and labor, courtship. Somebody might need a visitor's pass. Just saying. Number 4 is sticking out for me. Somebody could be a life path 4. Life path 4 is kind of like family, motherhood, teacher. I ain't going any farther into that. This is too cray-cray for me. But this poor thing. Somebody's ending a relationship because it was only surface level bullshit, and that's why they're coming towards you, and they're scared because they're looking for healing. Like I said, it's like a parent-child relationship or a teacher-student relationship. They do want to marry you, but you could already be married. And you're willing to work on that marriage to heal it. Somebody did a little bit of over-celebrating here, overthinking, and now are anxious because of a healer. Because they know that you can help heal them of their ailment, of their anxiety, of their problems, because they're here. They're stuck in their own loop-de-loop, their own karmic loop-de-loop, over and over and over again. It's like this person doesn't learn their lesson. But they hate nothing about you. They just want to be promiscuous and have private relationships. Yeah, they on some kind of stuff. On some kind of stuff. What'd I say? Smeagol opening a schmeck shop. But that's fall to pieces. And they're depressed about it. They want to have private relationships, fulfill their fantasies. But my guess is they need a little help from their friends. I can't get it up no more because I need a little help from my friends. Little blue pill. Like I said, you're taking that drama and making it a comedy, and it's pissing them off. Poor Tang Tang. Well, that's what you get for trying to play with people's lives. Deep thinking. Remember, solve puzzles and code word. Yep. Drinks, liquor, coffee, tea. Rest. Pause, journey, new beginning. You're getting that. You're getting some kind of healing, and I feel like that's what they were trying to tap into, is your healing ability. They're racing in to be a leader now because they're wide awake. They've gotten clean. Whistleblower, betrayal, report. Somebody. Ooh. So they got told on. They got told on. Now nobody can stop you. Independent, self-sufficient, sovereign. And whatever they're trying to mirror to you has been mirrored right back. Reflection, reference, distinguish, appearance. Like I said, I don't care if you got $1 million facelift. You're still 71 years old. You're still 72 years old. You're still 75 years old. You still cannot relate to a 20-something. They might make you feel real good, but their belief system is a whole lot different than somebody who's older. Now, if you can make that work, good on you. But I feel like whoever this younger person is, they a spy. They in it for the money. And they're good at faking it. That's that mirror. And I'm hearing somebody calling somebody a grandpa. Like laughing at them. That reminds me of the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp thing. Did I say that out loud? Anyways. So yeah. Lovers. Somebody who's young. The Chariot and Justice. Look, I can't make it up. Look at this card. There's a mother and a child, and there's a mirror right next to him. And then you've got this lady looking in the mirror at her reflection and seeing a ghost. Look at that. Ghosts of Christmas past. Maybe of what they once were, but they're now the shoe's on the other foot. They're like seeing themselves as they were and not as they are. Not as who they are. Understanding the difference between a child and a parent and a teacher or a student. And they just wanted this. But now they're seeing their reflection. Maybe it's time to go with somebody your own age. This is a partnership. What does that say? Can't see what it says. I'm gonna have to get my flashlight because I'm old. It says decisions, willpower, and partnerships. Pick your relationships wisely, because they will reflect back to you who you truly are. Especially right now. Especially right now. Because that is the realization everybody's coming into. That's why there are two different realities splitting off. Those who are left in the fantasy or caught up in the matrix of illusion, and then those who have faced reality for what it is. Who have faced that mirror and survived. Ever seen The Never-Ending Story? That's the biggest challenge that Atreyu has at the end of the movie, where he's got to look at himself, who he truly is in the mirror, and most people fail. So we have the Lunar Queen. We just had the full moon. Says there's a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential to balance our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase, charging in to become a leader. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Let that reflection be your friend and not your enemy. And we have the wings of Isis. You have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds. Part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service into this human culture. This oracle also brings you angelic assistance, intervention, and confirmation too. I'm going to go ahead and read the abundance of Sothis. Abundance in many forms is increasing to flow to you. Continue your good work of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, your love, your wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsively flowing to you in many forms over and over again. Set that shit on fire. Live your life. Enjoy it. No matter what kind of relationships you got in your life. But I don't suggest you spreading yourself too thin, because there's too many demons out there who are trying to attach themselves to you. And if you are the teacher, become the teacher. Become the leader. Become the healer. Help the world heal. And stop all this nonsense. Because eventually that's what's going to happen anyway. And people are going to go kicking and screaming, because they're all going to have to face their own shadow. They're all going to have to face their own reflection. And that sometimes is the hardest test of all. Alright? Well, those are your messages, my darlings. Please remember to press that like button, subscribe, and share. Get yourself unstuck, especially for the new year, because it's going to be a new year. And it's going to be hard work, and it's good, but it's going to be good work. All right? Take care. Love you.